No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
For those who...
What's up, people? Ooh, the reverb. The reverb is live. Let's just do the delay. Yeah, that's better. Boop, boop. What's up, y'all? How you living? Good to be here. Good to be seen. How's your Monday afternoon / end of morning, beginning of the afternoon, depending on where you are? Shoot, you could be overseas, and it could be 9 years ahead of where we are here. But either way, I find that this daytime live stream, this is the third one, this works out nicely. You know, more of our overseas friends can participate in it, and it's just really good to be here. Let's shout out to all my boot babies. We got Javen in the house, Evan J, originally IK, Audrey Clark, hi from the quiet one. What's happening? Gabriel Lynn F, Linf. What else? I saw another one in there. George Gason, Dev. Boop, 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 boop. What's up, everyone? Says Jax. Man, we're getting the fans up in here. The friends. Mellow Monday evening in England. All right. Well, you're in England, Dev? Where about are you? Britain? Sorry, I don't know. Am I saying that right? England, Britain? Are you in London by chance? Do you know some of my friends out there? Ben Jones, Reuben James, Reuben Fox. I got some friends out there. I need to get out there. I need to get to London, and I've actually never been to the United Kingdom, and I've always said to myself, I'm not gonna go there until I have a recording session at Abbey Road Studio 2 booked. So I have yet to do that, and if you know any way to do that, well, just let me know. Because wouldn't that be cool if I did a live stream from the fucking room where the Beatles made 90% of their catalog? How insane would that be? Uh-oh, I lost my remote here. Give me one sec. Just got to make sure I can control the streaming deck and all that business. All right, yes, we're back in business. Back in business, back to life, back to reality. All right, the live stream chats are going. Don't forget, super chats are open. If you want to show a little love, throw it my way. I'd surely appreciate it. Welcome back. I am back. This is the third week in a row that I have been back live streaming. I think Mondays around this time is going to be the general time. I don't know if I kind of actually want to do it earlier than noon, but I had a bunch of deadlines and files I had to submit this morning. So I pushed it until noon. But that's the beauty of when I'm doing it by myself. I can do it whenever the fuck I want to do it. If you don't like swear words, I'm sorry, you might be on the wrong stream because that's the way I talk. Everybody doing good? Everybody still feeling very confused in the United States? I sure as hell am. I'm trying to figure it all out. But I'm thankful. I'm thankful to be alive. I'm thankful for my children's health. I'm thankful for my wife, for my whole family. It's good to be in here and making some more music, experimenting with technology, and seeing what we come up with. I really like the one we did last week. I finished it up on Friday, mixed and mastered. It's all ready to go. Ended up calling the track Lounge Lizard. And because if you remember, it's got this like vibraphone thing in the sample that we did. We started with one of the stanky loops and then, added to it, elevated it, if you will, in an Otis fashion that we tend to do. I think today I'm going to try using another piece of technology that I've never really messed with. We'll get into that. Before, what is Evan J saying? Lounge Lizard refers to a truck stop prostitute, by the way. Oh, gosh. Is that right? Really? I was just thinking of like there was a classic 90s like acid jazz band and they were called the Lounge Lizards. I didn't know Lounge Lizard refers to a truck stop prostitute. So well, we'll see. That was actually a song I was Lot Lizard. That's Lot Lizard. Yes, thank you. Catman 2? My goodness. Let me check. Oh, man. The live streams. Yes. No holds barred. There's no script. We never know what's going to go on here. LOL. My bad. I think he meant my bad, but it's all good. Okay. So, before we get cooking on something brand new, just wanted to let you know I do have a new song coming out this Friday. It's called This Keeps Happening. It's from, I think it was live stream 116, if I'm not mistaken. What's up, Alex Williams? Where are you? You're out in Ireland? Is that right? I think so. Are you in Ireland, Alex Williams? I think so, but I could be wrong. Yes. Anyway, new track coming out this Friday. It's called This Keeps Happening. Oh, you're in England. Okay, my apologies. And that was, I believe, live stream 116, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that. There will be a video that pairs with it nicely coming out on Friday, both on YouTube and Instagram. And yeah, I'm excited to get some new music out there. Last week I might have talked a little bit, or maybe it might have been the week before, I might have talked a little bit, excuse me, about why I haven't been releasing songs every week. And I could talk about that a little bit more, but basically the gist of it is, I've been releasing songs every week almost every week for close to 4 years now. And I started doing that in October of 2020. The reason I started doing that is because I had a pretty deep catalog of music I had not released on streaming platforms. We were on lockdown. I didn't have any steady work. I wanted to figure out a way to really get my music heard by using the Spotify algorithm, if you will, similarly to the way people use Instagram or YouTube or a number of different social media style platforms. If you look at Spotify with likes and follows and shares, it's not that much different than the way Instagram works or the way that TikTok works. So I thought, well, if I put out a song every week, at that time I had about 110 tracks. Well, if I look at it as 104 tracks, I'd be putting out a song every week for 2 years. And then I would use these live streams as an opportunity to make something new and make sure I have a good 2 years worth of music ready for the next time I'm uploading songs, and et cetera, et cetera. So it's a great way to hold myself accountable, to make sure I'm just consistently putting out something new. And for the most part, at least for 3 years, it really worked beautifully. One way in which people have been discovering my music for, the last 10 years, at the beginning of the whole Otis McDonald thing, is because of the music being included in these royalty-free audio libraries, both on YouTube's platform as well as Facebook, or Meta now. And they have these things. Meta has the sound collection. YouTube has the YouTube audio library. But my music gets heavily used in people's Instagram reels, their Facebook videos, their Instagram stories, Facebook stories. And if you look up any one of my songs under Instagram, under the audio, you'll probably see the first 10 songs that come up, and you'll see a certain amount of the songs are actually trending right now, and you'll see how many reels are using those songs. This is the way that I've counted on people to discover me in more of a grassroots type of fashion. Meanwhile, on Spotify, I would put out songs regularly, and I put them out individually so I could take advantage of the playlist pitching platform that they offer on the Spotify for Artists app. And what that allows me to do is get into release radar, and then maybe get into an editorial playlist, which for a while I was consistently hitting editorial playlists. But as every year goes on, more and more people are uploading their music to Spotify. I think the number is like 100,000 a day or some shit. So it kind of peaked last year around the time I put out the song with John Patitucci. I was up around 400,000 monthly listeners. I was getting around 1 million streams a month. And I was steadily paying the rent for my recording studio every month from Spotify royalties. And then around the time, really around holiday season, like post-Thanksgiving, all the way through to the new year, I noticed my numbers started dropping significantly, and nothing was changing. I was still putting out songs regularly, but I noticed, a lot of songs were getting removed from editorial playlists, which happens. That makes sense because the more music that they're getting, the more opportunities they want to give different artists. And so either my songs would get pushed down further and further into those playlists, or they'd get removed altogether. And so I'd see a big number drop. So that's when I started seeing, well, okay, something is changing, and I can't count on these editorial playlists. But come 2024, I wanted to just continue to do the same thing, and see maybe if some things would change after the holidays. And some things did change. The numbers started to go back up a little bit, but it never really went past 300,000 monthly listeners, and then it was kind of consistently going down. So come the first weekend of August, I released my latest album, which is called Public Access, which is all music that I've made on these live streams. And I decided to not release anything new for a while until I could kind of brainstorm, learn a little bit more about how the algorithm works, maybe, meet some folks that are succeeding on Spotify and just try to learn from them. And I came across this guy from Vienna, who his name is Nico, and he goes by the artist name Jend Beats, or just Jend, Jend, but I think maybe his handle on Instagram is Jend Beats. And this guy was promoting an ebook that he made called like the Independent Artist Blueprint, and the book was really cheap, so I bought it, was reading it. He's talking about how he uses meta ads to drive people not only to his new singles, but also these playlists he has been making, public playlists. And those playlists have tons of music by different artists that are similar to his style, artists that are way more popular than him, and artists that are not as popular than him, and or popular as him, sorry. And he would mix his music up in there, and he would drive traffic to his playlists by running ads on Meta. So it was really interesting. I've never invested any money in advertising my music, so I figured, maybe this would be a good thing to check out. When I came across this guy's book, this was at the end of June, this past summer. And he had around 800,000 monthly listeners, and he's making house music. And house music is way more popular than the style of music I make. So that means it's a much harder market to break through. And 800,000 monthly listeners as an independent artist is pretty substantial. I could kind of do the math. Like if I had 400,000 monthly listeners and I was getting 1 million streams a month, this guy's got 800,000. It's safe to say he's probably getting around 2 million streams a month. That's double the amount of money that I was making. Fascinating. So then a month later, I'm visiting family in Michigan, and I come across this YouTube channel, or there's this YouTube channel I subscribe to, this guy Andrew Southworth, I think his name is, and he talks about a similar thing, how he runs ads to generate streams and get people over listening. And these are real listeners. These aren't bots or anything. It's just how do you find your audience? Because Meta is created basically the greatest, advertising platform in the world, for better or for worse. We see how it affects political campaigns. We see how it spreads misinformation. Anybody can run ads on anything. But these guys are just trying to get people to listen to their music and find fans. And I think that's pretty cool. So a month later, after I find that book, I see a YouTube video interviewing this guy. And he's young. He's like 24 years old. And I'm like really blown away by this guy's story. So I go to his Spotify page and I see, oh, this guy's now got 2.5 million monthly listeners. That was in 1 month. I was like, holy shit. So I messaged the guy on Instagram, and he has half as many followers as me. So it's not based on, your social media following. He's actually really investing in his craft by spending money on ads and getting actual analytics back to see who's clicking on it and listening to his music and who isn't. And if those ads aren't working, turn them off, and reinvest in the ones that are working. Pretty smart and pretty no-brainer, actually. It actually kind of makes sense. This is what a record label should do. I don't know if record labels do that, but I said do. Oh! And so anyway, I get on a call with him, and he's created an agency around this type of work because they've kind of reproduced these same types of numbers for their friends that are also making music and are also independent and just trying to make a living off of their music. Really interesting. And by the time I get on a call with him, which is about 2 weeks later, then he was at 3.5 million. 3.5 million monthly listeners. That he went in about 2 months from 800,000 to 3.5 million. Now, dude is at maybe 4.3, I think it's 4.5 million monthly listeners. That's more than some really famous artists have. And this is just an independent guy making music on his laptop with one MIDI controller and one pair of speakers. And he's making music that he loves. And he's just figuring out how to get his music out in front of his audience, how he's finding his audience. And it's in combination of running ads on his singles, on his new music, as well as running these kind of what they call evergreen ads on the playlists. Because what he's taught me is that it's the algorithmic playlists that actually are more advantageous than editorial playlists. The algorithm, meaning if you were to say for somebody like me, the artists that are way bigger than me, that make music in similar styles as me, are people like Kenny Beats is a good example. I also would like to think maybe like Thundercat, even though he's making mostly music with vocals, which my songs all have like vocal hooks and stuff. But so let's say like Kenny Beats, somebody was listening to Kenny Beats. I want, when they're done listening to that Kenny Beats song, I want my songs to get suggested in the algorithm, like meaning it comes up automatically. But the only way that Spotify can train their algorithm in the way that I've been doing it is based on the editorial playlists. So that's the only data they have because of where my music ends up. And that's really based on a human editor who's getting hundreds of thousands of submissions, playlist pitches, So the algorithm, how do you get your music to be next to somebody like Kenny Beats? Well, why not? And this is coming from this guy, Jend. Why not make your own playlist of artists that are similar to you, and you dump the majority of your ad budget in the first month running lots of ads. I'm not talking like one ad. I'm talking like 10 different ads that you're actually running four different groups. And so you're running actually 40 different ads at once. And you run it the first day, the second day you see how it's working, you see which ads are costing more, meaning more per click, like 40 to 50 cents per click, turn them off. The ones that are costing way less, duplicate those and run those towards those audiences that you were running the ad that wasn't working. That kind of stuff. So you're basically training the Spotify algorithm to know where your music should be, the artist that it should be associated with. And you're making a playlist that is popular, that, well, hopefully it becomes popular. And if it's popular, then when you have a new song coming out, you're not only running ads on that song, but you're dumping that song back into the playlist where you already got a bunch of listeners, and you put it higher up in the playlist. And that also shows the followers of your playlist that you are keeping up with this playlist too. And you're not just adding your songs, you're adding other people's songs too. Now, this is where it gets kind of really interesting. If you get 1,000 followers of your playlist, 1,000 followers, then you start to qualify as a curator on these third-party submission playlist submission sites, which I've never fucked with them before. Submit Hub is, I know, the real big one, and I think there's another one that's really big. Sharon Martin with the $2 super chat. Thank you very much. I need sound effects. Thank you, Sharon. I appreciate it. So if you qualify as a playlist curator on these sites, then these sites start to promote your music to artists that are looking for playlists to pitch their songs to. And then what ends up happening is they're paying you to get their music into your playlist. So then if you get enough people paying you to get their music in your playlist, one way to think about it is like, well, now I'm making money off my playlist. Right. Or you're taking that money and you're reinvesting it back into your ads. So now you're not paying for ads anymore. It's being paid by itself. Mind-blowing. Anyway, this is the shit I'm going to start doing. I told you guys last week about this playlist that I made. It's called Vibe and Focus. It's available on my Spotify page. I made this playlist myself. It's not AI. I went through and found tons of music that I love. I actually even discovered some new artists that are not as popular. I put them in there too because I want everybody to win. And I just also love the idea of making a cool fucking playlist that is like something that I control and I can just share music with you guys. So it's 131 songs right now. I couldn't stop. I was just like, I'm having so much fun. But maybe I should stop and I'll just keep adding to it. But it's like 5.5 hours long. Please go check out that playlist. Follow it, or I think it's like it to become a follower or something. And check it out. There's great music in there by a lot of artists that I just recently became friends with at the DJ Jazzy Jeff playlist retreat. I was telling you guys about it. Originally, I came with the $5 super chat. Thank you very much, homie. You're dropping gems right now, Big Boss. Hey, man, and this live stream will be archived, so you can always go back to it. You can slow it down and hear what I'm saying. Now, look, I'm not the expert here. I am learning from these guys, but when you buy their book, you get to be a part of a community that they have. They have a Discord, and there's all these artists on there that are just trying to figure it out too, and they're sharing information with. It's really cool to see the chat. However, if you don't want to get like 1,000 notifications a day, turn off your notifications, because like I'm like waking up in the middle of the night from people being like, yo, so I just dropped this shit and these are my analytics, and like, you know, it's interesting if you want to keep up with it. And some artists don't want to do this shit, and I get it. I don't even really want to do this shit. I just want to make music. But I'm trying to figure out a way to make enough of a living off of my own catalog of music through these streaming platforms that I can feel flexible enough to maybe go live anytime I want. And just like really focus on my own music. I love producing records. I've had so much fun producing Aloe Black's latest record. I'm loving all the stuff I'm doing with Nicholas Payton, with John Patitucci, with Eric Krasno, Son Little. I mean, I'm never going to stop wanting to make music with other folks. You know Lewis Cole and Kiefer? Yeah, man, those are my homies right there. In fact, I was just texting with, Catman is on the chat. I'm responding to him. Kiefer and I were just texting the other day about him recording a live album in San Francisco. He wants me to help out with that. And then Lewis and I have done shows together with Nowhere and Otis McDonald. And yeah, and those guys are all in my playlist. Maybe you're looking at the playlist right now, but yeah, Kaylin Ellis, Jan Hunter, DJ Jazzy Jeff, The Count, Cartoons. You know, let's get all these homies popular, because they make great music, and the world needs great music. Anyway, I'm a little lost in thought here, because I'm looking at the live stream chat, and I'm trying to remember the shit I'm saying to you guys. But anyway, new song. It's coming out this Friday. It's called This Keeps Happening. And Yo, if you do run across an ad with an Otis track, let me know. Either on like Instagram, like drop me a DM and screenshot it. I want to know that it's working. It might not get served to you because you guys are already aware of what I'm doing, which means I'm kind of already on your algorithm. But yeah, it's really fascinating. Oh, I know what I was saying. Some artists don't want to know how to do this shit. They just want to make music. Me too. But I don't want to sign 80% of my publishing away to a record label that's not going to do it as efficiently. And then I don't really benefit from that. So the only way that I can really capitalize on the streaming platforms and actually make a living, which I do make real money, guys. I'm paying my rent. I mean, you can do a Spotify calculator and see how much a million streams racks up to be. It's not nothing. It's not unbelievable. Would I like there to be more? Hell yeah, that would be great. But, I just got to take the wins where I see them. And I've made lots more money off of my streaming income than I ever did off of selling, physical records or CDs. Doesn't mean I'm not going to do that. But I would like to make enough money that I could invest in printing all my albums on vinyl. Because if you might recall last week, I was talking about how I've been cataloging my music. And I just realized I didn't even know. I knew I put out a lot of albums, but since 2018, I have released 20 albums. 20 albums of different songs. It's a lot of music. And I'm not saying this shit to toot my own horn. I'm just saying, if this is what you want to do, you want to make a living making music, then you need to take a chance on yourself and do it yourself. That's the only way you're going to get it done. Because nobody owes you anything. If you are an artist, you have chosen a pretty selfish thing to do. I don't mean that negatively. It is selfish. I think that there is something good enough inside of me that I want to share it with the world, and there are people that are going to want to hear it. I'm digging deep into myself. It is self-involved, what I do. But I had to realize that no matter how good I am at music, nobody owes it to me to listen to my music. So how am I going to get them to listen to my music? I'm going to work my ass off in any opportunity that is handed to me, whether it's producing records or getting on here and fucking live streaming for you guys or reading books and just trying to understand it. This is it. It's 2024. Ain't nobody looking out for me. I live in one of the most expensive cities in the world. I have 2 kids. I have a wife who works her ass off. And we have 2 rents to pay. My studio, God bless my wife for never giving up on me. We got the studio. We have the apartment. We got preschool for our youngest son. Not to mention health insurance, groceries. It racks up, y'all. It is hard living in America. All right, that's it. Let's get into making some music. I love you guys. Thanks for, letting me rant. I like ranting. That's fun. But I'm dropping some knowledge, some gems, some gems. Sharon Martin says, thanks for the shout out. Would you send me Made You Look? Is Made You Look? Okay, Made You Look is the one that is not, I don't think I've released that one yet officially. It is available on in the Meta Sound Collection. You can go download it there for free. It does. When you hear one of my songs in an Instagram reel or story, that song is available to download for free, but I haven't officially released it on streaming platforms yet. I will. I've got a lot of music. I think I have like 60 tracks that are finished, mixed and mastered in my catalog, ready to come out. And I'm here making more music. So actually, I think it's more like 80 tracks now. So it's good to have a catalog of music to pull from. All right. What does Scrippy say? More like Otis McDonald. Hey. All right. I think that's a compliment. So you guys ready to get into making some beats? Let's make some beats. All right. Let me fade out my music here. By the way, I am streaming music off of Spotify right now using the Chilled Beats Stream mixtape that I created, which is all royalty free. Even though I'm generating royalties on Spotify, I never upload my music with Content ID selected. Because if I did that, anytime you try to use one of my songs in YouTube, it would get flagged and you get a copyright strike. And I don't want that to happen for you. I want you to use my music. And if you're a gamer on Twitch streaming and you're looking for music to stream behind you, you can link this Spotify playlist through OBS or whatever to your stream, and you will never get charged. And there's 163 Otis tracks in there. Actually, I have a lot more music that I got to put in there. I haven't been updating that one. I'm going to be better about it. But that's 7 hours and 47 minutes worth of music, so that'll get you through a stream, I think. Okay, guys, last week we tried out this thing called Spawn at the beginning of the live stream. And hold up, I want to make sure I got my chat feed here. Yeah, this is the chat feed. See, I can see you guys. I'm going to put it over here, though. Evan J is saying, I found Otis because someone on YouTube used this playlist. Hey, how about that? See, it works. Stardust, thank you for all the great music. What program are you using? If you're referring to this DAW, I am using, shit, I lost the chat again. Why does it keep turning off? There we go. I'm using Ableton Live right now. This is Ableton 12. So last week I opened up this program called Spawn, which is like an AI generative MIDI creator. It would create like a bass line, chord changes, and a melody. But we all agreed it seemed very one-sided in terms of the kind of producer the AI stuff was spitting out. It just didn't really work for the shit that I do. And I quickly bailed on it and went back to making tracks the way I usually do. You'd be happy to know that I contacted the people at what were they called? Sauceware Audio, I think is the name of the company. And I explained to him, hey, this doesn't work for me. I basically shared the same thing I just said to you about it. It feels very one-sided. I'm not able to get it to do the thing I want. I wish you guys would have a free trial. That sucks that they didn't have a free trial. So I had to buy it in order to try it out. It was $100 too. They refunded my money immediately. Like, they were really cool about it and sent back a very personalized email. I'm sorry it didn't work out. So, hey, shout out to Sauceware for having good support. But, yeah, maybe I'll check it out again if they kind of improve it. Now, I came across another cool piece of software. It's not AI, but if you're looking for cool things to help you with chords, this could be up your alley. This thing is called Scalar 2. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to open up a MIDI track over here. We're going to open up an instance of Scalar 2. Boom. Check this out. Now, I have maybe messed with this for 5 minutes, so we're going to learn it together. I've watched a bunch of videos, and that's what really blew me away. And by the way, this plugin is like $40, and it's fucking deep what this thing can do. All right, so the simplest explanation is it's basically like a chord generator, and I think there's a lot of artists that have contributed to it, but it can get really, really cool and really deep. So let's do this. Like, if we go to scales, right? And let's see, we're at all types. You can see there are all kinds of different scales. Harmonic major. Whoa, harmonic major. Dorian flat 5 scale. That's fucking cool. Phrygian flat 4 scale. Look at all this information in here. Yeah, Locrian, Look at all this. Let's say, I don't know. Let's say we click on Dorian flat 5 scale. And let's go to, how about G? All right. Oh, that's interesting. And it gives me some chords for it. Pretty cool. I don't know that I actually want to use that scale. Actually, let's see. I see. All right, so you have different scales in here. You can also go into different songs that they have in here. Oh, look at that. Lo-fi. Wow. 14 lo-fi. What do these sound like? F Dorian mode. So you're seeing that's the mode. It's based on those are all the chords within that mode. Here's the chord changes they came up with. Just 2 chords. I see. That's pretty cool though. I like the way those sound. So let's say I want to use those. We got F minor 11, E flat major 9. All right, now look at this. I didn't even notice this. There's a suggest button. So let's say we click on E flat major 9. Ooh. I don't mind that. So. C minor. It's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. All right, now check this out. Let's say we want to, let's edit it. And I'm going to click on this A flat major 7. I want to have a different inversion. Ooh, now listen to this. Doesn't that sound cool? Now let's say we want another F minor 11 here. But I'm going to go here and change the inversion. Oh. Whoa. Slash chords. Fuck, that's cool. Woo! Okay. Let's put another instance of this. That sounds so nerdy. Let's okay, yeah, I like that. And then there was one other cool. Let's see. Oh, let's maybe check out ninths. I like that C minor 9. I don't like that inversion of it. Woo. I'm not finding what I want here. What does this mean? Oh, I see. What if... Actually, I wonder if there's a way I can copy that. Do you guys see copy in there? Or actually, I wonder if... Look at that. Okay, I held down Option because that generally works across the board. Okay, so boom, boom, that's kind of cool. Let's see. Brother Blue wrote, so I write most of my music through sheet music. So my question with a Dorian scale flat 5 is, would it be possible to put that in a key signature, or would you have to flat the 5 every time? No, I think you can put it in the key signature, but well, I'm sorry. Are you asking me the theory? So my question with a Dorian scale flat 5 is, would it be possible put that in a key signature, or would you have... Oh, that's a good question. I mean, wouldn't it technically be an accidental every time? Right? Because you wouldn't have a flat 5 in a key signature, I think, if that's what you're asking. Or maybe, or unless you're asking about it in here. I don't know, good question. Hi, Otis, great to see you again online. Loic! Wait, is that Loic from Music Expo? Or a different Loic? Maybe different now. Adrian, Otis McDoodle Woodle, how hard should I crank my snare to get it cranking? Well, I mean, are you talking about volume, or are you talking about like the pitch of it? Because you could crank it really hard. Anyway, let's get back to this. All right, so we've got this pattern. Now, I might not want... You want that snap. Crank it up, bro. Crank that snare up high. I use a piccolo snare. I mean, the diameter of it is the same diameter as a regular snare, but crank that shit up. If you like Bernard Purdy, Clyde Stubblefield, Questlove, Jay Dilla, crank that shit up. You can always dampen it and bring the pitch down by adding like big fat snare drum or Roots EQ, like, you know, just dampeners and stuff will lower the pitch. But you always want that snap, snap, crackle, pop. Okay, we got this chord progression, and look, I can loop it. It's kind of boring how it's all downbeats, right? So you can actually mess with the timing of things. This is kind of funky how they have this set up. But but it starts to make sense the more you work with it. So let's say I want like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and, right? And make the C minor come in on the and 1 and 2 and on the and of 2 after the A flat major 7. So let's see if I take the A flat major 7, I want to pull back the length of it. And it would be, that would be like an eighth note, another eighth. That would be like a half note. And then that would be another eighth, and of 2. And then the C minor, we'd want to 2 and 3, 4. We'd want to add 2.5 beats, right? So I think we have to go. This one. Is that right? Let's try that. 2, 3, 1, 2. Oh. Oh no! I did that wrong. See, this is kind of confusing how they wrote this. Okay, so actually I went too far back. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Try it again. 2. Trial and error here, guys. And I went too far here. All right. 2, 3. That sounds right. And I want to do the same thing here. Let's try it. Oh, also, I believe it doesn't come pre-synced to your DAW. So you click over here. Yeah, DAW sync. So now I believe if I press spacebar, yeah. Yeah, there we go. All right. Just a theory question. Okay, cool, man. I hope I answered your question. Something about that C minor 9. I don't like the inversion of it, so. Whoa. Woo! That's smooth. All right, now there's a couple other cool things about this program. All right, so we got the timing right. We got the inversions right. Now check this out. Right here, this little link guy, if I click on that, you see how it grayed out these? So that means if I'm hitting from C2, hold on, let me move my microphone. Let's see where my octaves are here. Okay, so that's the first chord. If I just hit a C on my MIDI controller, it's playing that first chord. So I don't have to be glued to the pattern that we got down there. That's kind of more something I'm just using as a reference for like how it could work in time. So I could go like 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2, and I could perform it, right? Or like, you know, add some more time to it. All right, so that's pretty cool, right? So we've got this. Oh, and also the keys that are not grayed out, I could try to play melodies over it, but now check this out. You could hit this key lock thing, so I won't hit a wrong note. So I could be like, you know, It's great. So I'm like, I don't even need to know what the fuck I'm doing, basically. But and you guys know, I mean, you see me on these live streams, like I know some shit. It's like I'm not a dummy when it comes to music, but I don't tend to think about the theory of music when I'm creating. I'm kind of more looking for how it's how it's like kind of sonically functioning, All right, so we've got that, but we're going to go ahead and take the key lock off. We're just dealing with chords. Now, I want to get it feeling more like a piano player or, humanized version. So I could just go and just, say I don't know how to play all these chords right off the top, right? I can actually drag the MIDI over to another track and look at it and actually see the MIDI notes and then be able to learn all the chords and just be able to play the progression. It's a great learning tool. It's a very, very good music theory tool. And just great for learning chords, how to play them and stuff. And you can also see on the key bed here, showing you all the notes in that chord right there. So you don't even have to look at the MIDI scroll. You could just actually look at the keyboard. What a great tool. All right. Now, I am, just because I want to start moving a little faster here, and I've already showed you this program, I'm going to just start showing you quick ways to humanize it. So there's a humanize button, and you can have it based on timing or velocity or both. You can quantize it. You could have it swing. So let's say we just wanted it to be on humanize, right? And I'll press play. There we go. I hit voice grouping by accident. I like this voicing. All right, so we have it on humanize, so the velocity is a little bit more human. Now check this out. In the performance area, look, it just immediately started arpeggiating it. I haven't messed with all these. That's cool. That's basic. Wow. That's a different pattern. But you could also go to strumming. Let's say we just want it to strum up. Want it to be like a slower strum. Woo, that's pretty cool. Slower. Let's do it faster. And this is just with an internal sound built into it, which is the felt piano. Sounds great. I dig it. But check this out. What if I don't want to use the sound? Now you can actually route this just to be hitting another MIDI instrument. It is all MIDI. But you can also just quickly... Oops. Stop. I hit the wrong thing. You could just drag the MIDI. And it gets all your timing as well. Wait a minute, though. That doesn't look like all the chords, does it? Scalar. What happened? Okay. Here we go. All right. Let's drag it now. Boom. There's my chord progression. So let's say I want to go in and turn off Scalar's sync. Oh, actually, I should probably stop it, huh? Here we go. All right, so we got it stopped. And now we have it over here. You guys know how much I love that sine wave sound. Ooh, that sounds good. I'm going to go with the sine wave. I was maybe going to put it on like a Rhodes or something like that. But I think we're going to go with... Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that's a vibe, huh? All right, so let's go. Let's add the Wolf compressor to that. Just get it a little funky sounding. Cool. All right, let's I want to add been really loving using the electronic bongos or the emulation of the Mikasonic that I have. I used it last week. All right, let's make sure we can hear it. And let's sync it. It's funny, you see the backside of it kind of got out of time, or it drags a little bit. You can see it right there. See how far back it's starting on the one. Now I don't mind laying back, but it's not grooving right with the bongos. Now I could lay the bongos back too, but let's say we just moved it back a hair like that. That's cool. And let's make sure these chords go all the way to the end. Yeah, that's sexy. And I'm going to turn up the randomness of this. Let's swing it a little bit. Oh, that's cool. Let's record these bongos for a little while. Because I turned up... The cool thing about the Arturia beat step is it has randomness and probability. So I programmed with a 16-step sequencer my electronic bongos, which is an analog instrument that I'm using, but it takes drum triggers. So I'm running triggers out of the back of my beat step. It's controlled by my computer's clock right now. I programmed it, and now I'm just turning up randomness and probability, and I'm just letting this loop go for a while because, oh shit, look at me. I'm not even recording it because I'm recording into the scaler. Come on, Otis. My goodness. Sorry. Hold on. I'll explain to you what's going on here. So I've got probability and randomness in here, and it allows it to just kind of feel, more organic. There we go. And so like it's a musician playing live, it'll just evolve a little bit more. So I'm going to record 16 bars of this. And while that's happening, I'm going to drink some coffee. That's 4 bars. Where's my super chat? Where's my chat? Where's the chat? Oh, there it is. Too much human button. For once, the click grooves. Yes, sir. All right, that's coming up on 16. Oh, and I missed it. That's all right. And let's pull this back. 16. Let's crop that sample. Boom. Let's unsync the Beat Step Pro so it doesn't play. And now we've got a nice 16 bar bongo loop. And that gives me something to groove to on the drums. It's fun being here during the daytime. I don't feel as rushed right now. I know I've been streaming for an hour and we're like just getting into making some music, but that was all right. Guys want me to play some drums? Yeah, I want to play some drums. Let's find some pockets for this. To the drum camera. Hold on, I'm almost out there. Turn my speakers down a little bit. Sorry, guys. If you're trying to figure out what is going on, one of my microphones is not giving me signal, so I think it might be my patch bay. So just give me a second. I'm trying to figure it out. we got something in here. What do you guys think? You like it? Let's see, where's my chat? Where's my chat? There you are. Pretty smooth. That's a keeper. You're here now. I like the resolve at the end. So good. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm feeling that resolve as well. All right. Got the tambo coming through. All right, look, I want to let's check out this percussion real quick, because I use my overheads. I always kind of keep the shoulder mic over the floor tom a little bit louder than the overhead. You could see the tambourine is kind of peeking on the right here, so we're just going to go ahead and throw this mono audio effect from Ableton. Boom, and now we're in the center. All right. I also think I want to put it on the cabasa, but move it over. And you know what? I'm going to put it on the... Let's put the cabasa back up here. Let's separate, yeah, the wood block and the bottle. And let's actually put springs on the wood block. Ooh. I'm wondering if it's going to be too busy with these bongos. It's kind of cool, actually. Drums up. Ooh, I was slapping on them drums. Excuse me. Nice. In the last, was it the last one, or it might have been the one before? I was showing you guys this cool thing. This guy makes all these free plugins, Air Windows, and I really like this tape plugin. It might be the best tape plugin I've ever messed with. Look at the simplicity of it. I like that. And you know I'm running in two other instances of tape shit on my on my drum bus, but let's drive it a little more. Let's give it a head bump of let's go like 60, and then yeah, 68 is a nice frequency. If I turn it off, I mean, it's giving some volume. Let's try to match the volume. So that's without it. Now it's giving it a little bit of a bump, but I don't mind it. And let's fuck with the bias. It's like almost acting like a gate. You know, with a bias on a tape machine, this is how you can get into some really weird effects here. And it's like almost like a little industrial sounding. I ain't mad at it. I like that. Add the percussion. Turn those wood blocks on. I think I might even throw the springs on the Coke bottle. Maybe less wet. That's a nice little rhythm track right there. Let's turn the DI down a little bit. Use the bass amp. Now, let's sidechain with the kick drum because it's real sporadic how I play the kick drum. We'll sidechain the sine wave. Maybe faster. Say goodbye to the DS10 shaper. Well, it's different than the DS10. That is still a really freaking cool plugin by XLN Audio. Shout out to XLN Audio, man. They make like that dude makes like some of the coolest shit ever. And I use the DS10 drum shaper a lot on my snare drum, just kind of like as a gate. It's a transient shaper, but it's kind of like the same concept as how you would use a gate. Just kind of I can make the snare sound tighter. Like for instance. Like, I know I'm using that bias on the drum bus, but like, well, first of all, let's turn that bias off. All right, so that's my snare sound, right? Let's put the DS10 on there. There it is. And if you don't know this plugin, it's very, very cool. All right, so we're going to take some of the sustain out. This is the transient shaping. When you're turning down the bias, it is kind of messing with the transients, but it's also, adding like a distortion. It's like a distorted quality you get. Sorry, hold on. I got to pop out my chat feed here. YouTube keeps closing down on my desktop here. Where this isn't adding any distortion. This is just making it as tight as possible. Oh, hold on. There we go. As opposed, that's going to bring out, it's almost like a compressor. Like, it's like a compressor and a limiter kind of built in. We'll turn up the attack a little on the snare too. And the mojo, the body. So now let's go back and turn. Getting that crunch. Pour a bottle of scotch on it. It's too early for scotch. That's the difference between these daytime live streams as well, as I'm not drinking. I'm drinking coffee and water. Yo, this is kind of a dope beat right here. Doesn't really need much more. But we could do I have an idea. Oh, scotch tape joke. That's cool, Evan J. I like that. I have like kind of an idea for a melody. I'm just like singing. You know what I actually been meaning to check out is the Prophet 5. I just played a real Prophet 5 recently. Or no, it was Prophet 10. But I was like, I was really blown away by it. And the simplicity of it reminds me of the Juno in some ways. But I'm curious, I've never really messed with this Arturia one. Let me relabel it. macro? Is that supposed to be like Mac DeMarco? I like this. That though, can't we? All right, let's see. Here's our two oscillators, resonator. Why isn't that doing? Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, all right, we're getting somewhere here. Hold on, I want to, I just find the volt compressor, like I know a lot of people use this on drums and shit, and you guys see me, I use it on keys almost exclusively, because it just makes VSTs sound cooler. A lot of it has to do with this wow and flutter, but also this just like vinyl sim emulation of, you know, from SP303. Like, what if I... I'm like... Okay. Alright. We're getting somewhere. Oh, no. Yeah. I like that. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, actually, I want to duplicate that. What if we added the chords with like a, maybe with a piano? Let's try it. Hey, that's pretty fucking cool. There it is. Anton, what up, baby? Anton's in the house. How you living, man? If you guys don't know Anton Elmvik, please give him a high five, virtually. That's my man. He helps out with like every video you see. He cuts up the live streams to the final takes, sends it on to our boy Max Cowan. Max does the final edit for Instagram. He's an integral part of the Otis McDonald team. And Anton and I have never met each other in person, only virtually. One day, Anton. Isn't this cool, Anton? I'm doing these daytime live streams, so now you can check it out, my man. I was actually thinking about you a lot when I decided to start doing these daytime streams. So that's hip, though. I like the way this shit sounds. Right back at you. Right back at you, baby. Now, before we log off, I don't know that this needs a lot more. I could put vocals. That's kind of cool. Kind of like that. Let's put it down. Let's do that harmony. Let's try that. I like that. Let's listen. Kind of sexy. What do you think? Let's add some EQ. Let's make it sparkle a little bit. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, this is the UAD one. Whoops, I don't usually use this one. 'Cause I like that preset in the Waves DBX. Background vocals, backing vocals. Let's put some verb on it too. Yeah. Let's take the drums out for a second. All right. Now check this out. We're going to sample it. We'll put it in the second scene slot. Well, actually, no. Let's just put it down here. Coffee's gone. All right, so now we have a sample. Let's turn it up a little more. Let's freeze and flatten it just so it's a little louder. Cool. All right. Let's bring it into Serato sample. Maybe we can quickly come up with a B section. All right, so let's turn the sample off. Let's go over here. Let's slice it up. Let's set it to random. I've been having a lot of fun with the random chops. We'll record enable that. Let's bring the drums and the percussion down. And yeah, something soloed right now. Oh, I just have the drums off. That's right. Okay. All right. Oh my goodness. We're already having fun, people. Oh no, let's do it. Okay. Check this out. Oh, I lost it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go. So it's like. Yo. I think we got somewhere. Oh. Yeah. Okay. That's it. We got the shit. We are ready. Man, what can I say? I love making music. It's just too fun. It's too fun. Come on. Look at God. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. There it is. Look at God. Now don't forget, because this is in Serato sample 2.0 or wherever we're at, we got the stems too. So I could take the bass out if I wanted to go lay down a new bass line. I could have just the bass and the vocals. That's just ridiculous. And what's great about that is I can duplicate it, right? Have the same thing here. Let's say I want to go over to this instance of it. I'm going to just remove everything except the bass. So now I have a bass stem. If I like the way that was played, but I can EQ it differently. You know what I'm saying? I could just be like, let's put a LA2A on that bad boy. To get it a little more bumping, because that's what I would eventually put on my bass. And then I could take just the chords, remove the bass, right? And then because I have the volt compressor on here, or whatever compressor you want, I can sidechain just the chords, not the bass. Probably. There we go. You jamming along on that D minor 9? With your steel string? Oh, sweet. There are too many options. There are. You're right, Anton. There are a lot of options. That's why we got to try not to be too precious and not procrastinate too much. Just keep moving, you know? So look at that. We got like a B section now. Let's go back to the A section. Not to mention the way we layer it up. You know what I mean? the way we arrange it. Did he Serato it? I had a call. Yes, I did. I Seratoed it, Evan J. That feels pretty good. That feels pretty good. Not bad. Not a bad 2 hours spent here, guys. I had fun. Did you guys have fun? Let me go back. Great choice of contrasting key changes between A and B. Yeah, right? You know, just take everything up a whole step and move things around, and, you know, it's kind of fun. It feels refreshing. Let's go back to that B section really quick. Hey. Or scene 2, as you Ableton people call it. Oh, man. Guys, it's so fun. And I am so happy to be back here doing it. Gives me a reason to take my work, my own music, even more seriously than I take all the other work that I have deadlines on and shit. You know? You guys make it possible, and it's good to be back. Got more videos to edit, you know, more things to do, and more music to make. And don't forget, I have a song coming out this Friday. I missed you too, Evan J. Thanks for watching. This Friday, new song. This Keeps Happening. It's coming out Friday, midnight, or Thursday, midnight, depending on how you think about it. It'll be out overseas, obviously, before it hits here in the States. Be looking out for it. Also, please go over to my Spotify page and follow the Vibe and Focus playlist that I made. Lots of great bangers on there. I'm going to make more playlists too. Obviously, I have a lot of music, so I'd like to spread my music out throughout these playlists, but I also find that not all of my music fits in that playlist. You know, I write songs too. I got the whole People Music record, not to mention singles out there like Far, Far Away and Distraction. So I'd like to start contributing more songs like that, full songs. And then a lot of that early Otis stuff, you know, I think kind of fits in more of the electronic synth area, you know, the stuff when I didn't have this studio, basically, when I didn't have the ability to record my drums in a way that I'm into it, you know, so. And it's going to continue to evolve. Before I get off, I rewatched Distraction is still a favorite of mine. Oh, thank you, George. I appreciate it. I rewatched the Quincy Jones documentary on Netflix. I've seen any documentary that's ever been made about Quincy Jones. You guys have heard me talk about Quincy. I'm hoping nobody dies right now. Remember last week when I was on here, it was Roy Haynes passed away. Man, we're just losing all our heroes right now, all the greats. But man, they've been living long lives. Anyway, the documentary on Netflix is really fascinating. There's some really amazing gems in there that I don't think that I noticed the first time I saw that documentary. Rashida Jones, Quincy's daughter, also famous actress and director and writer, she directed that documentary. And there's a moment in there I don't know that I ever knew happened where Quincy, I don't know when this took place, maybe in the late 70s after he had his aneurysms. I don't know if you guys knew Quincy Jones had 2 brain aneurysms in the 70s. This is before he even had started working with Michael Jackson. When he was really popping off in the late 70s, he started really promoting this idea that we need to decategorize music. He's like, every musician should explore all kinds of music, because if we categorize it and everybody stays in one particular lane at a time, it starts to get dull, and it actually will make us as listeners not grow our ears and be able to just, you know, really appreciate the sounds that are from around our entire world. And like, if you really think about that on a deeper level, like what is the worst that can happen you're a musician and you're exploring different styles of music and different sounds that aren't necessarily associated with the music that you think you're supposed to make. What's the worst that could happen? That person gets a little bit more diverse and has maybe a little bit more appreciation for their surroundings. Maybe it teaches them to understand empathy. Who knows? All we know is that music is a part of every culture in this world. So don't we owe it to ourselves to learn about it? Because maybe we'll have a better understanding of the people that have created it, and people in these different cultures. So, I don't know. I do know. I do know that is an important thing to do. And I like to think that I explore all styles of music, but there's plenty more I have not learned. Ultimately, I want it to just be a part of this thing that I put out that sounds like me. But I encourage you to explore all kinds of music. I like the idea of decategorizing it. Yeah. And anyway, if you haven't watched that documentary on Quincy Jones, please go do yourself a favor and watch it. Quincy Jones is the greatest of all time. And he's greatly missed, but boy, did he leave us a legacy. Didn't he? Woo! All right, that's it. That's all I got to say about that. I had a lot of fun today. I love being here on these live streams. I'm going to keep them coming. Hopefully have some more guests. And I'm going to do all that shit. We'll pop the logo up. Because you know what that means? That means it's about time to split. Love you guys. Thank you very much for watching. Peace and light. Have a great rest of your week. Peace.